Hello everyone. I hope you guys doing well and your families as well. Today I was asked by some co-workers to speak about a few issues. Before they cut the overtime, some management and XOs, they used the straight threatening agent. If you don't bring numbers, no overtime. And that was going all over the place. And again, only some management and some XOs, they used to use their mind, but the rest, they actually was threatening people to do this. Now there is no overtime no more. And that's why my colleagues, they ask me to speak about that now. Some management and some XOs, they have posting now in the DOs the requirement of traffic agent work. You're supposed to be working 8 hours, you're supposed to be working in the cold, in the heat, working Saturday, Sunday, and holidays, and they keep reminding the agent doing this. You have to get your job, you have to get your job, and there is no more threatening because there actually is no overtime. That's one. The second issue is overtime. You know, as we all know now, overtime is getting so tight on a lot of people, and to be honest with you, it's very hurtful to see how in my command, when they post the overtime list that they need 2-3 people, and you see 200 people running to that board. No money, which is, we will talk about that later, why we're getting no overtime. Please, we have to work hard on this part. We're talking about overtime issues. My colleague telling me there is a lot of agents making 40 and 50 hours every check, and others making only 8-16 hours a check. I'm talking about overtime hours. The giving the overtime, it's not fair. It's not giving fairly. All right, and I'm gonna give an advice to every command. How can you do it fairly? But unfortunately, you have to work a little bit harder. So what it is, if you have a list of overtime coming down and you need 5 people, you allow everybody to sign his name in, and then you take this paper and then you go back to your office, the office that you spend most of the time in it, between a cell phone and checking your emails, and you're gonna work a little harder. You're gonna see who make less hours, and you're gonna divide it fairly. But it's not working that way in every command. I'm talking about 1 or 2 commands using this strategy to be able to provide fair cut on overtime. A lot of people doing it as a favoritism, that they have their own people, and I'm not gonna go deep in this, they have their own people, so they give them more hours, and this kind of co-workers, they're not feeling any different with the money, because they're actually making the overtime that keep them getting paid good. The other people, this is what people actually contact me to speak about this stuff. They're not making no overtime, and they're not making no money. Also, they ask me they ask the executives when they got eviction notes and that they can't pay their rent no more, or they can't pay their mortgage no more, who can they give this notes to? The president, or the vice president, or the executive vice president? Well, the executive vice president, I'm gonna, this is the guy that he addressed us and described us as a moron and stupid. So where can we put this note to? I'm talking about the eviction notes. Is it to you or your other 2 top executives? This is one. This is what they asked me to talk to you about. Please, we need to work more hard on overtime. The other thing is, a message I want to give to the city, City of New York. I am one of the traffic agents that patrol the street of New York every day. I try hard to make an end meet or bread for my kids to live. My co-workers, my colleague having so much problem to survive with no overtime. We understand that the mayor needs $750 million, but please, we need to know what's the cut is going to come from traffic. because obviously you didn't give us any numbers, like how much you're going to cut from us. And the message is, please, we need to open the overtime a little bit more for us, because our salary, it's not enough to cover our expenses. We've seen all over the social media now, there's UPS workers crying, and they're making $34 an hour. We're also seeing the MTA, they're crying, and they're making over $100,000 a year. The cops, which I'm supporting that, the cops is making $85,000, and they're having a hard time. We hear them on TV, and I really thumbs up the union president for NYPD with the great job that he's doing. At least he's fighting hard for his people, and I'm supporting that 100%. Good luck. I hope you get what you're looking for. Unfortunately, we have a union. They are sleeping, snoring. They're not here. I don't know. They're going in a coma. They're only good out of coming out. Them and 5 co-workers. They get in support by them to attack everybody, anybody asking question about what's going on with our life, with our overtime. They don't want to hear it. And if you speak to them, they come back with an answer, oh, we have nothing to do with overtime. I don't know if you have nothing to do with overtime, if you have nothing to do with the unfair overtime being given to co-workers, so what are you doing in your office? That's it from me. We only see and hear people going on social media just attacking each other, protecting their seat, like the vice president, God bless him. He came on Facebook and he says, attacking on one of the executives, it's an attack on all of us. You forget, you just came out and you build a wall between the executives and the union members, us and you forget that you work for us. And then he came back and he said, also the vice president, that the one we used to see him jumping all over the place, you know, talking about how crazy I'm gonna do things for you when I get in office. But I don't know, they're working in an office or they're working in a hotel, because they go inside and they just sleep and you don't hear nobody speaking no more. They all, again, just snoring. The Mr. Vice President, the only thing I see him writing on social media, he said, the truth is every president of the local did their best. But there is no one, listen to this, no one in the history of this local, as far as I know, which is him, that have done what Saeed Rahim has done and continue doing for CWA 1182. What is that? You tell me, what did he do? You become a musician now. You're just singing and blowing the horn, just to make people happy with you. Of course, the executive vice president, I'm not going to mention him, because that guy, he's just, he knows only how to come out and just call us stupid and moron. Then you have a guy who used to be proud of them. I'm a PhD degree. I don't know what's PH stand for. To me, I think it's a permanent hallucination. The way he says, Mr. Sadiq says, which I never said that we're gonna lose our 7.5%. First of all, it seems to me like you're proud of that your boy is getting 7.5%. Listen, union executives, you cannot separate yourself from the union members. I want to ask every and each one of us, when you see a union executive, I want him, after saying hi and hello and giving him the chance to put you to sleep, just tell him in his face, you work for us. Remind him, because it seems to me like some of them forgetting that they are there to work for us. The thing that you're not supposed to do. Well, let me say, who is the union and what's the union executive supposed to do? They're supposed to make sure that we have a good job with good pay. Fight for us. You don't go out there and implement your own opinion and come up with a contract or an amount of money that you think is good, and just to try to shove it up in our throat. You're not supposed to do that. You should go out and do what the NYPD doing, encourage us to do this, and tell your mayor that you're supposed to be speaking for us. Tell him that we have the only job so far, we have the hiring $30,706, which means we're making $14.73 an hour. In New York City, that the minimum wage, $15 an hour. So we work for the city, we wear a uniform, we work every day, and we're getting $14.71 an hour. You should do that, and I advise you to do this. As soon as you come out of coma, I'm talking about the whole executive, come out of coma, then you start doing this. Speak about this stuff. This is very important to mention to the city of New York and to mention to the mayor. I don't think that there is no way for them to say, no, we're not going to give you a raise. But hey, one of the delegate at large, he came to our command and he actually sat down with me and he spoke to me about, Mr. Sadiq, you attacked me on Facebook and the social media. I didn't attack you, and I explained to him, I didn't attack you. It's not you. I'm not having any problem with you. The only problem that I have with the empty brain that you guys got. You have no information whatsoever. You think by changing the uniform and wearing a suit with a few piece of paper in your hand that you could come and the knowledge come with the suit. It doesn't work that way. And I advised him, actually, I did advise him to go back to your president and tell your president that the labor relations have a course. You could pay $5,000 for that course. You're going to take 2 months to study how to represent someone in CD hearing on a problem. Which you guys, 5 of you, delegate at large, he should invest this $25,000 because it's not for you guys as much as for us. But of course, no, it's not going to happen. He would rather take the $25,000 and put that $25,000 down payment for his car so he could live and drive a luxury car, him and his family. Please, I need you to stand more up. I need you to wake up more. I need you to start speak higher. And I'm going to warn, this is a warning to the executives, our union executives, start from the president to the command delegate, in-house delegate, from the top to the bottom. There is all the Asian now fuming, and it's too much pressure. And that pressure will get the Asian to explode one day, and the explosion is not going to be nice. It's not going to be good. You guys people now realizing, actually, and I see a few things on Facebook now, it's sad to see that you guys being disrespected the way you're being disrespected now by Asian, but you did that to yourself. You came in and you jump up in the air and saying $50,000, $52,000, and it was all dreaming, put you to sleep to get what you want. And now we don't hear no one come out and explain to us what's going on. We're having a problem, we're having a big problem now that we don't have enough money to make an end meet, to feed our kids, to pay our rents, to do what we're supposed to do. Most of us now actually having a big problem, they're having a hard time, and I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people. I'm being told to say that, please, we need to fix it. City of New York, I'm telling you, if that issue does not get fixed fast, it's going to be a problem. We need money to survive until we find out what these people in office they're going to do with the contract. Until that happens, City of New York do not expect us to be in the street trying to cover the holidays if we don't get help from you now. I'm telling you how things is going to work. Please, we need help. because we're having hard time to survive. Now, you guys giving the Board of Education a budget, how much you're going to take from them. You're giving sanitation a budget, how much you're going to cut from them. You're giving PD, but you didn't give traffic a budget, how much you're going to take from us. You're just, when you need us, you force us to do the job, and when you don't need us, you don't even care about our kids' home to eat. This is not fair. And unfortunately, we have executives that they don't care. They don't really damn care about nobody but themselves, and we have to speak. And that's why we out here try to send our voice out there, hoping that someone will listen and someone will actually step up and help with the situation that we're going through. I'm not gonna keep talking. The message, I hope the message is clear to people that jumping over Facebook, try to help the executive, to support the executive. You cannot support someone comes out and just looking at us as a moron and stupid. You can't do that because it's not right. And again, I know who you are, and I know what benefit that you got from this executive to be a vehicle coordinator, to be special. I know you, and I know what you got. So please, if you don't respect yourself and you respect your co-workers, I'm going to be forced to put you out there in the front of everybody. With that being said, I hope my message goes through and people really help. I'm not worried about the executive. Let's let them stay sleeping. I don't really care about them that much anymore because they don't even give a damn about us. With that being said, again, thank you for listening to the message, and I hope that I did what I've been asked for my co-workers to send out, and definitely, I'll see you next time. Please stay united. Thank you.